What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I will give you guys my AEW Dynamite review on highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications when I premiere a brand new video or go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Now let's get started. Now AEW Dynamite was a 5 out of 10. It was a decent show. That's all I gotta say. All Elite Wrestling delivers a buzzworth episode of AEW Dynamite on August 24th, and the headline about CM Punk faced Jon Moxley in a match to determine the AEW Undisputed World Champion. Plus, the AEW World Trios Champion tournament continues with a clash between Death Triangle and United Empire. Alright, so we get the face-to-face Chris Jericho and Daniel Garcia segment. Alright, Jericho kicks off the show and brings up the issues he had with Daniel Garcia, one of his favorite Jericho's Appreciation Society members. He calls Daniel Garcia a future world champion, and he prestige fans chant, "You're a wrestler." A Daniel Garcia when he comes to the ring. Jericho says they don't understand the connection they have, and he knows emotions. We're running high last week. He says he thinks they can work this out, but he wants Daniel Garcia to apologize to him. Daniel Garcia responds by telling Chris Jericho he knew how special it was for him to share the ring with Bryan Danielson. He embraced he empathized he he emphasized that he held his own against his hero, and he always dreamed of having that kind of match. He hopes other kids felt the way he felt. Dan Garcia, he didn't care about being a wrestler or a sports entertainer. When Bryan Danielson extended his hand and Jericho ruined that moment, Chris Jericho tells him there will be many more moments like that for him because he's the greatest technical sports entertainer. He wants to hear Daniel Garcia say he's a sports entertainer. Fans keep chanting, "You're a wrestler," and Bryan Danielson comes to the ring before he can respond. Bryan Danielson says Chris Jericho is trying to bully Daniel Garcia. He says Daniel Garcia can believe whatever he wants to be and tells Daniel Garcia that he's a wrestler. Chris Jericho says Daniel Garcia is a sports entertainer. He tells him to say it. Daniel Garcia says he can't do it that right here, right now. He tells Chris Jericho to leave him alone and moves to leave. Chris Jericho grabs him and Daniel Garcia shoves him down. Um, Bryan Danielson says he is not the biggest fan of sports entertainment, but that was entertaining. Chris Jericho says hearing people who says Bryan Danielson is the best wrestler in the world piss him off because he doesn't see it. Chris Jericho says some people would say he is the greatest wrestler of all time. He says he's the last survivor of the Heart Dungeon, and he knows more about wrestling than Bryan Danielson ever will. Bryan Danielson wonders that Owen Hart would say if he was asked which one of them was the better wrestler. He questions who will win a match between them. Jericho agrees to a match between the American Dragon and Lionheart at All Out. Alright, I'm gonna say I did not feel no emotions from Daniel Garcia. I just didn't feel his emotions. So that's all I gotta say from there. But that promo itself, I'm gonna say it was pretty good for what it was. It was just pretty good, but Daniel Garcia's emotion by itself, I wasn't even really feeling it. All right, let's move on. Hager attacks Bryan Danielson from behind and leaves him lying. So we get Dax Hardwood versus Jay Lethal. This was a good match. The two men filled each other out early on. They're evenly matched as they trade holds and counters. Dax Hardwood drills Lethal with some heavy hands. They exchange stiff chops. Hardwood punches Lethal in the corner. Lethal hits an avalanche wrestling leg sweep and takes control. He grounds the FTR member, but Dax Hardwood rallies and chops Jay Lethal some more. Dax Hardwood draws Jay Lethal with a two German suplexes and follows that up with a release German. Dax Hardwood evades the figure four, he but gets dropped with the lethal combination. Jay Lethal dives onto him outside of the ring. He locks in the figure four, but Dax Harwood reaches the ropes. Dax Harwood gets a 2 count with a small package. He plants Jay Lethal with a slingshot powerbomb for a 2 count. Dax Harwood locks in the sharpshooter, but Sanjay Dutt gets up on the apron and breaks it up. Dax Harwood collides heads with Sanjay Dutt and Jay Lethal. Um, Lethal Lethal rolls his opponent up for a 2 count. Dax Harwood gets a 2 count with a crossbody. Dax Harwood rolls up Jay Lethal, but that latter reverses it and pulls on the tights to secure the 3 count. The winner of the match, Jay Lethal. That match itself was good. All right, let's move on. After the match, Sanjay Dutt reveals that Lethal will team up with the two of their friends, the Motor City Machine Guns. Okay, backstage, Thunder Rosa announced that she is injured, so she is unable to defend the AEW Women's World Championship due to an injury. So, an internal champion will be crowned at AEW All Out. That sucks, man. But I hope Thunder Rosa can come back on a speedy recovery. So My thoughts and prayers will goes out to Thunder Rosa, where she makes a speedy recovery. All right, let's move on. So we get Billy Gunn accompanied by the Acclaim versus Colton Gunn and with Colton Gunn. Now I'm saying this was a quick match. All right, Stokely Hathaway is sitting in the front row for this bout. Billy gains the upper hand early on. He takes the fight to his son outside of the ring. Billy slams Colton into the barricade and maintains the advantage. A distraction from Austin helps Colton gains the upper hand. Billy fires up and unloads on Colton with some punches in the corner. Hathaway attacks Max Caster with the referees distracted. Colton hits Billy below the belt and pins him with the Colt 45. The winner of the match, Colton Gunn. That was a quick match. All right. Hathaway gives Austin and Colton his business card, and they accept. They attack the Acclaim and Billy before Swerve and our Glory come to the ring to chase them off. Backstage, United Empire vows to beat Death Triangle, while Pac says they been waiting too long for this opportunity. So they're going to murder them tonight. Okay, so we get Dr. Bitbreaker DMD versus Keely King. This match, this was quick. This was quick. This was a quick match. Bitbreaker controls the match early on. She slams King face first into the turnbuckle outside of the ring. She pulls King by her arm, so pull. But I'm sorry. It says Baker controls the match early on. She slams King face first into the turnbuckle outside of the ring. She pulls King by her arm, so her head gets pressed into the ring post. That's what I was trying to say, but I got it this time. King dodges a stump and slams Baker, stunning the former champion. She gets a 2 count with a glam slam like maneuver. Okay, Baker floors her with a super kick and hits the stump. She makes King tap out with the lockjaw. The winner of the match, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. That was a quick match. After the match, Baker says Thunder Rosa's injured. It's a shame. She says she wrestled her whole title reign with a broken wrist because that's what a champion does. Baker says Tony Storm will be on a pay per view where someone gives a you know what because she be in the ring with Baker. Jamie Hayter attacks Tony Storm from behind when she charges the ring and Hikaru Shida makes the save. Alright, let's move on. So we get Backstage. Swerve in Our Glory says the Acclaim have earned a title shot. The Acclaim says they are the uncrowned champions, and they're going to win the gold at All Out. Now that's something I'm looking forward to. Okay, so we get the unification match to determine the undisputed AEW World Championship. CM Punk versus Jon Moxley. This match was 2 minutes, and this was a god awful match. But this match right here, we're supposed to be in the main event. All right, CM Punk and Moxley stare each other down, and the crowd dueling chant are electric. The two champions lock up and feel each other out. Moxley punches CM Punk in the corner. Punk slaps him and fires up with some punches of his own. CM Punk kicks Moxley and goes down, clutching his previously injured foot, screaming. Moxley floors Punk with a clothesline and repeatedly elbows him. He wrenches CM Punk's ankle and hits the Death Rider. He hits another Paragon shift for the win. The winner and undisputed AEW World Champion Jon Moxley. That, like I said before, that match was 2 minutes, and that match was god awful. This match right here should have been on the main event, but that kick that CM Punk did was nasty. That's all I gotta say. But this match right here should have been in the main event. All right, let's move on. The doctors and officials check on CM Punk after the match, and Moxley celebrates. CM Punk is down, and doctors help him out of the ring. Okay, backstage, Christian Cage says he gave Jungle Boy one last opportunity to apologize to him last week. He says all he was doing was giving Jungle Boy through tough love. Cage tells him that he never be as smart as Christian Cage. He says he's going to show Jungle Boy that he is special at All Out, where Jungle Boy will learn that he's not the Cage lead, not in Cage lead. All right, so we get an in-ring segment. Ricky Starks, decent. This was a decent promo about Ricky Starks. Starks says he's been pissed off due to everything that's been happening to him lately. He brings up Hobbs' betrayal and says he knows it's not a friend's business, but he thought he was the exception. He says he should have known that Hobbs was going to turn his back on him. Stars gets fired up when he says that Hobbs hits him in the neck. He says Hobbs was his friend, but now he calls him a snake, and where he's from. They cut heads off of snakes. He tells Hobbs to fight him at All Out. Okay. Backstage, Moxley says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Is that now how it was supposed to go? Best in the world, mine. You know what?" He says people always write off him, but those people don't matter. Moxley says there's only one Jon Moxley, and he is professional wrestling. He declares that he's the guy, and he doesn't follow any rules. Moxley says his time is right now. The broadcast team runs through the card for AEW All Out. Now that emotion itself from Jon Moxley was really good. That was a good backstage promo by Jon Moxley because I felt Jon Moxley emotion versus Daniel Garcia's emotion. Daniel Garcia emotion I wasn't even feeling, but Jon Moxley emotion I really felt that. All right, let's move on. So we get the AEW World Trios Championship you championship tournament. So we get United Empire, Will Ospreay, Mark Davis, and Kyle Fletcher versus Death Triangle, Pac, Ray Phoenix, and Penta. All right, I'm gonna say this main event. This main event was quick. This was a quick main event. All right. Osprey and Phoenix starts the bout with some fast-paced offense, and they eventually evenly match Death Triangle's dive onto their opponents on the outside. Death Triangle continues to control the action. Ray Phoenix grounds Ospreay with who rallies and dives onto the trio on the outside. United Empire takes control by isolating Ray Phoenix. The High Flyer rallies and tags Penta, who clears house. Ospreay hits a crow screw kick, and Aussie open double teams him. After a fury of offense, Pac and Ospreay are left by themselves after both men drop their respective opponents with points and rounders. Ospreay hits a Os cutter, and both men are down. Pac and Ospreay battle it out. Both men are down again after an avalanche brainbuster off the top. Will Ospreay lands on his feet when Ray Phoenix goes for a hurricanrana off the top. Ray Phoenix drops Ospreay with a cutter. Penta dives onto Mark Da Bias, and Ray Phoenix takes down Kyle Fletcher. Will Ospreay gets a 2 count on Pac. The bastard reverses the Stormbreaker into a pin attempt for a 2 count. Penta drops Fletcher, uh, Fletcher with a destroyer. Pac spikes Ospreay with a DDT. Pac dives onto Ospreay and Fletcher. Pac sees who he thinks to be Kip Sabian at ringside, but when he takes the box off, it's a stranger. The real Sabian blindsides Pac and attacks him. United Empire capitalized as well as Ray pins Ray Phoenix with an assisted Oz cutter. The winner of the match, the winner of the match, United Empire, and and it says Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks stare down United Empire after the match, and AEW Dynamite goes off the air. Alright, like I stated earlier, now AEW Dynamite was a 5 out of 10, but it was just a decent show. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed my AEW Dynamite review and highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below on what are your thoughts on AEW Dynamite. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications when I premiere a brand new video or go live. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. This your boy, Big Boy Facts TV, KFG Crew, KFG Kings, Too Sweet, and I'm out of here, gang. And I will premiere this video at 3 o'clock a.m. on my YouTube channel. And I'm out of here, gang.